No, most definitely. With this time of year, though, it does bring a lot of different emotions, not
It
just,
does.
being sad from being away from loved ones or people who have passed away who you can no longer, enjoy the holidays with, but it also comes with increased expectations and emotional pressure, especially those who suffer with anxiety. Speaking personally, I definitely know that, I want to have such a picture perfect, movie-esque perfect holiday season. And sometimes when I feel like it doesn't go a certain way, then I feel like it's ruined. But it's never really like that. You
No.
have to be very hands off, even when you're trying to plan things, to be very, in the spirit of, giving thanks or in the spirit of celebrating life and appreciating the ones around you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everything's Okay, a mental health podcast brought to you by Crazy Ant Media. As always, I'm joined by my father-in-law and co-host Dustin, and today we're going to be talking about something that is definitely very timely. It's this time of the year. It's going to be the holiday blues. Man, oh man, I know definitely we both can sink into them sometimes. This year's been better than most in the last, I would say, decade. Because I would say it's very 50-50, very 50-50. The last 10 years, I feel like there's some holiday blues and some not. I definitely feel like for me specifically, the holiday blues definitely comes in part when I'm separated from, my biological family. It's because, I mean, growing up with them and having them around during the holiday season has always been very special to me. So being away from them was rough. And I know you're probably feeling some of that right now. But you are coming down. You are coming down.
Yes, 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 yes. The worst possible feeling is being separated from your family, especially a child,
Yeah.
during the holidays. It's like, that's what it's all about, literally, and so yes, yes, I do get through them sometimes where I suffer from the blues, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad this year, I'm doing good. 4 days and counting. 3 days from when this thing airs and counting. So yeah, I'm good.
It definitely helps to have something to look forward to. I think that is very true in all aspects of life. I definitely feel like as long as you set goals and expectations and or break times, I feel like if you set those break times along with your goals and expectations, those will also like give you a final push to the finish line about, okay, I'm about to take like a 4 day break. All right, it's about to be Christmas. I can chill. So I definitely feel like that can help the holiday blues or any type of blues that you're having all year round.
Whoa.
But I mean, obviously, the season can bring up a lot, and none of it means that you're doing life wrong. I think that's what's most important, and we want to start out by saying that because, yeah, I feel like a lot of people put their own pressures and their own anxieties on themselves, and they always think that it's them doing something wrong. But I think it's really just this time of year can be very high of highs and very low of lows.
Yeah, for me, I was very intentional this year about like because I think sometimes honestly, and it's me especially in the past, but I've known several people that really fall into this trap of feeling guilty about being happy during the holidays or
Mm.
being or whatever. So I was very intentional this year of I'm gonna pick a specific date and I'm just going boom holiday mode. I'm just putting it on cruise control. I'm basically stepping away from everything and I'm just going to focus on holiday mode, holiday mood, be happy, don't stress, don't worry about anything but being in the mood, being in the mode and just accepting this is the time of year where you're supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to let stuff get to you. You're not supposed to prioritize anything over the holidays. It's just supposed to be what they say, the happiest time of the year, right? It's the holiday season. And so I was very intentional this year of doing just that. And I can say I have. I literally like day before Thanksgiving, that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, that was it for me. I checked out. And I told everybody, I said, I'm on holiday, guys. I'm checked out. I'm here physically. If I'm with you, I'm here physically, but mentally I'm just singing a Christmas carol and focusing on Christmas and the holidays, and that's what I've been doing, man. And I got to tell you, I've been really happy. I've been in a really good mood. I've just kind of removed myself from the everyday grind of the world, and I'm just focused on Christmas, the holidays, and just being happy, man.
No, most definitely. With this time of year, though, it does bring a lot of different emotions, not
It
just,
does.
being sad from being away from loved ones or people who have passed away who you can no longer, enjoy the holidays with, but it also comes with increased expectations and emotional pressure, especially those who suffer with anxiety. Speaking personally, I definitely know that, I want to have such a picture perfect, movie-esque perfect holiday season, and sometimes when I feel like it doesn't go a certain way, then I feel like it's ruined. But it's never really like that. You have
No.
to be very hands off, even when you're trying to plan things, to be very, in the spirit of, giving thanks, or in the spirit of celebrating life and appreciating the ones around you. And I do know, obviously, with this also being the end of the year, it also brings a lot of self reflection. And what basically, like, you ask yourself, where are you at in life? Did you accomplish all of the goals you wanted to accomplish throughout the year? Did you set out and accomplish everything, like I said, or did, some stuff fall to the wayside? And I think, goals are very good, but goals should not determine your happiness or not. Goals are meant to give you a finish line, see the expectations. But if you don't reach that, be happy with how far you did come in that marathon,
Yeah.
instead of being like, okay, now I'm just going to lay down here on the concrete and take a nap. No, that's not how it is supposed to be with goals. I feel like you're continuing to chase those goals, no matter if you set them year by year or, couple years by couple years. So I think that's very important. And I think that's something that we kind of, you know, harp on a little too much. I feel like we do a lot of self reflection at the end of the year, and sometimes it does, especially me specifically, speaking from my own experience, it can weigh on me a lot to where
It's
I'm just like, nothing got accomplished, nothing. I felt like we didn't go anywhere. Especially, with having a film and television production company, it's very hard because we do have so many things happening at Crazy Ant Media. We have so many interns that we're trying to mentor. We have so many projects that we're writing. We have so many productions that we're trying to get started. And we have so many podcasts that we're doing, obviously. But it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, at the end of the day, look back at all the things we did accomplish rather than the stuff we didn't accomplish.
Yeah, the year end reflection for me, it's always been work or business related. It always. I feel like, you know, I'm really good at talking about how, and especially with being a dad and passing along wisdom and stuff about how, society sets these expectations that people feel they have to live up to. You have to be married by this age. You have to have a kid by this age. You should own a home by this age. And all these things that we feel like have to happen. And I'm really good at saying that's all just BS. You don't have to have anything at any age at any time. It's your life. It falls the way your life goes and what the universe is bringing and not bringing to you. But on the business side, it's always been like different. I've never followed that with the business side. It is always like, oh, why didn't we get this? Oh, why didn't we do that? Why didn't we? And the thing is that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Like I am a firm believer in everything happens when it's supposed to happen, and there's a reason for that. And I have just really kind of locked into that in my life right now about you are not in control. And you live a much happier and carefree life if you understand that life is going to play out exactly how it's meant to play out for you. And when things are meant to happen, they will happen, and when they are not, they won't. And you just roll with that. It's what you decide to do with the things that happen to you in life that make it, whether you're happy or sad or mad or gleeful. It's how you react to what the universe is giving you at the moment. And That's so true around the holidays because you can get down around the holidays looking around and say, maybe you don't have this or maybe you didn't accomplish that. But it's not time for you yet if you look at it like that. It's just like at some point, somebody around is looking at you thinking the same thing. Well, I don't have what they have, or I'm not where they're at, or I'm not like, you know. So you always have to kind of put that in perspective, I think. And I've worked really hard at this year in general understanding that. And it's made the holiday season for me much happier. It's just like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly in life doing what you're supposed to be doing at the time that you're doing it. And everything that you want, every goal that you have will happen. And you just have to let it play out. You just have to let that. And I think that's hugely important. And that, in my opinion, is how you avoid depression. Because there's a difference, right? Let's clarify that too, because we're talking about holiday blues. What does that mean? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Like, what exactly is it, right? Well, holiday blues, let's describe it like that. Like Logan said, it is that time of year where you can start to feel the pressure about reflecting on the year and what you did and didn't do. Or maybe you're separated from family. Maybe you lost a loved one, right? But this is temporary and situational. It's like Christmas or Thanksgiving and New Year's makes you think that because it's a situation and a time that brings that up, right? And your mood may lift. Like I'm in a pretty good mood right now. I'm pretty good holiday mode, as I said, but it's gonna get even better when I'm with my family, and so you know you'll ride that little roller coaster, right? So that's kind of like blues. You're feeling a little sad, you're feeling a little down, then you get upbeat, then you feel a little down, and you get a little upbeat. Depression, as you guys know, because we talk about it on this show all the time, that's something far more persistent. That's a feeling of sadness or loneliness or isolation that you're consistently feeling no matter what situation you're in. It lasts longer than a couple of weeks or it lasts longer than New Year's Eve. You lose interest in things that normally make you happy. You know, maybe you're not sleeping well, you don't feel like you're worthy of anything good happening to you. That is depression. So don't confuse the two. If you're a little sad around the holidays, it's okay. It's okay. Doesn't mean you're depressed or anything's wrong with you, right?
Yeah, most definitely, because a lot of people do experience, holiday blues because there's a whole bunch of different types of holiday blues. Like we touched on a little bit, the increased expectations and emotional pressure, the reflection at the end of the year, the social comparison to different families, because in the day and age of social media, you're seeing everybody's holidays. So you're
Yeah.
like, maybe they're having a better holiday than I am. Of course, financial and logistical stress. We definitely financial. We get that. We live in like the most expensive time to live in general. And then logistical stress, especially for me specifically, if you're a young adult who comes from a family of divorced parents, that makes it very difficult to try to balance everything. Luckily, we have a sibling that is going to Indiana for the holidays, so we'll be able to celebrate that a week early. And then, of course, disrupted routines as well. That definitely throws a wrench in a lot of people's plans. Say it's Sunday night, you still got to work Monday through Wednesday. Christmas is on Thursday. But on Sunday night, people are already on vacation. People are already, get the whole week off for Christmas. But you still have to go back to work on Monday. And everybody's still hanging out. But you're stressed about not being home for enough time of sleep, but also not being here for enough time of enjoying people, hanging out, good old fashioned quality time. So that's kind of, different examples of holiday blues. But like you said, I mean, clinical depression, that can last 2 weeks or longer,
Yeah.
lose interest in things you normally enjoy. That's definitely a big key part, especially, us as filmmakers, we get really passionate about creative things. So when we aren't passionate about creative things, that's when you can tell. When you're sad every single day, that's definitely rough. But it's an important clarifier because holiday blues is common. So don't freak out if you feel like you're a little sad or a little under the weather or have a little bit of holiday blues because it is common, it is valid, especially in the day and age we live in where you do see everything from everyone. But of course, clinical depression does deserve more professional support rather than, your friends and family who are obviously trying to cheer you up, but they are not. professionals. Both are real, but one isn't more legitimate than the other because, I mean, like I said, it happens to everyone almost. But so it's really important to specific or to specialize and figure out what the difference is and what's making you feel heavy and what's, making you feel this way during the holidays specifically, because you got to pinpoint what it is and figure out how to move forward. But there is a lot of different things that happen and during the holiday season that a lot of people do miss out on. Obviously big community events, but there's also we have people who we know that are in our circle whose family, both their mom and dad, has passed away, and they're not in a relationship, and so who knows? I'm sure they'll go to their siblings or what have you for Christmas, but it's still sad because now that your parents are gone, it's kind of transformed their holiday season, and I'm sure it's very difficult for those people, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and anytime you lose a loved one, right? Because Christmas is so special and it is so family oriented. Basically, whole holiday season, Thanksgiving through New Year's, right? It's very family oriented. Very when the time comes together, when everybody slows down and family spends time together when they don't normally throughout the year. And so, if you have lost a loved one, it's extremely difficult, especially the first couple, right? And I'll be honest with you, they say it gets easier. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's 28 years for me now since losing my little brother, and it's no easier to celebrate Christmas and the holidays today than it was 28 years ago after first losing him. It's one of those things where you just, but my advice for anybody who has lost a loved one, a parent or a sibling or a cousin or just somebody, a friend, somebody very close to you, is know that, I guess, remember the reason for the season. First of all, what it's about spiritually, religiously, what the whole season is about. Forget about the commercial aspect of it all, and just use that and know that that loved one is with you. Maybe not physically, but they are there. They're there with you, and they're enjoying the moment with you, and their presence is with you. And my advice would be just to know that they're always here. I carry my little brother and my dad here with me all the time. So, and I really focus on that during the holidays, especially over the years of knowing that he's here, he's right here with me. Something will happen, a moment, a look on my daughter's face, or somebody will make a comment, and it just, boom, that was Joe. And then I know he's there. It's like the little nod that I know he's there. So my advice for anybody kind of going through that, just really, really reminisce and know that they're there. If you believe in any sort of an afterlife, they're there, and that's what helps me get through it.
Yeah, most definitely. I always try to, because I'm a big fan of the birds, cardinals, and I saw one time, I don't even remember, but cardinals are lost loved ones who come to visit you, and when you see them, that makes you remember them. So I
Yeah,
try to look at it in that aspect, in the sense of, being able to still have that time and still have that guidance, the guardian angel, as they say, looking out for you. And plus, I mean, birds during the holiday season, I feel like are very special. I don't know, something about like that aura, I think is very cool, especially when they get
they do
close to
mention
you.
them several times in the Christmas song.
That's true. That's true.
Two turtle doves, hens, partridges. Like, think about that for a minute. There's a reason birds are mentioned relentlessly in Christmas carols. It's like, it's true.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But I think we need to talk about, how to cope during the holiday season with holiday blues, because I feel like, we put such massive pressure on ourselves and set the bar so high that it does become hard to reach. Like I was talking about
It
earlier with
does.
goals and expectations. It's very difficult. So I think it's important that you become more grounded and realistic with coping tools and be able to remind yourself, hey, I am just a human. Yes, there you see all of these expectations online, you see it from movies, you see it from television shows, but hey, you're just human. However you spend your holiday season is the right way. So remember, lower the bar emotionally and logistically. You know, if you can't fit too much things, if you can't fit all the things in one day, don't fit them all in one day.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Christmas Eve and there's Christmas Day. So try to maybe balance it out like that. There's the day after Christmas. You could do something like that. Boundaries are protective but not selfish at the same time. So be sure to remember that as well. It's important to make sure you take care of yourself first and foremost while also trying to make everyone else happy, because I do feel like people pleasing to the extent that people talk about it is not good, but people pleasing in the sense of for your loved ones, in the sense of trying to make time special, I feel like is good. Everybody is a little bit of a people pleaser because we just want to make each other happy, in my opinion. And then, I mean, you don't owe anyone any access to your nervous system, so don't feel like, you letting someone else cross the boundaries. And then, of course, small anchors matter more than big decisions. That's for sure. So again, just taking care of yourself during the holiday season is one of the most important things.
Yeah, absolutely. And for again, I think societal expectations about what you should do on Christmas, what you should do on New Year's Eve, blah 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 blah, right? I like and I think it's probably a good idea, and if you haven't tried it, maybe you give this one a shot this year, you guys. Make your own tradition. Do something that you've never done before on a holiday and say, this is going to be my new thing. This is what we're going to do, right? I know for me, way back, it was going to see a movie on Christmas. And it became a thing. And in every iteration of whatever status my family is in over all these years of Christmas, that tradition has remained. It's one that no matter what is going on, it happens on Christmas. It's with different people sometimes, it's in different places sometimes, but it always happens. And sometimes something as simple as that, just making your own little traditions. Is it decorating cookies? Is it playing a game? Is it watching a specific movie or going to the movies or maybe going to a special place? Another tradition that I have and that you have and that we do is like going out and looking at Christmas lights. I feel like a lot of people do that, but it's a fun one. And there's nothing wrong with setting those things if that's what brings you joy. Don't let people say this is what you're supposed to do on Christmas or not do on Christmas, or this is how you're supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving, or where are you at on New Year's Eve. And it's just, what do you want to do? What's your special tradition that you and your family enjoy doing together, and do that. I think that's a huge thing. And also, if you want to be alone, if you just wake up that morning and you're not ready, it's okay. It's all right. You're not two anymore. You're not rushing down the stairs to see what Santa brought. Wake up, sit up, relax a little bit, stay chill, be like, not yet. That's okay too. There's no expect. You deserve a little alone time. You know why? Because during the holidays, it's all about group time and family time and these big, situations where there's rooms full of people. So if you need a little alone time, that's okay. And I think that's so important to stress to everybody, because again, it falls back into that what we were talking about earlier about the guilt. I feel guilty I don't want to go downstairs yet. Oh, I feel guilty I didn't stay long enough at that party. I didn't want to. It's okay. I tell you what, if you're at a party, I've done this. I have personally done. If you're at a party and it's just overwhelming and you are out festived out, you can't take it anymore, go sit in the car for a minute. Just disengage, go sit in your car, maybe play a tune, maybe or sit there, just breathe. Disengage. You would be amazed at what 5 minutes of disengagement can do. It'll refire you up to go back into that party for another 4 hours. You'd be amazed. So don't hesitate to want to have some time alone. I think that's critically important too.
Agreed. And I was just about to bring that up. Giving yourself permission. I think that is very
Yes.
important, because once you do that, you can give, like, the door opens to all the different possibilities. If you don't want to be festive, you don't have to be festive. If you do want to be festive, you can be festive. If you want to be a little festive, then you can be a little festive.
Yes.
Nothing crazy. If you're at that party and want to leave, That's fine too. You made an
Exactly.
appearance. It's all good. Redefining the holidays for this season of life, whatever stage of life you are in, I feel like is most important because we talk about transitional periods in life all the time. And maybe you're going through that. Maybe you just haven't seen that you've gone through, that you are going through a transitional period until the holiday season because you are at a different stage of life.
Yep.
Maybe now you have kids and you can't go out on New Year's Eve, different things like that. So it's important to give yourself permission to try different things and or not try different things. Don't feel like you're holding yourself back. Give yourself the biggest opportunity to say no and or say yes. I think that is most important. So it's important to let go of the shoulds and start doing the maybes, maybes,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
yeses or the nos. Just be kinder to yourself. I feel like that's more important. And I mean, choosing rest over celebration, that's okay. Keeping things simple, that's okay. Doing something meaningful instead of traditional, that's okay. Allowing yourself to feel natural and not happy or sad, neutral. So I think that is also very okay. Do whatever you feel is right during this holiday season
I,
because surviving the holidays is enough. That is for sure. And I mean, it's a reflection time as well because we want to talk about what would it be like being gentler with yourself? What would that look like right now? What do you think you would be doing if you were being kinder to yourself during this holiday season? Would you be out at a bar with friends? Would you be at home with the family? Would you be at your parents' house hanging out underneath the Christmas tree? It's all of those different things. And you're right. It goes back to having those expectations of what the holiday season should look like when, in all actuality, just be as festive or as not as festive if you want to be. I think that's most important.
Absolutely. I will say it over and over and over numerous times in my life, on this show, on and just in general. The moment that you let go of expectations, especially societal expectations, not just the ones you put on yourself, but society driven expectations, the much happier and simpler your life becomes. That is just fact, boys and girls. And I think if you talk to anybody that's kind of going through changes in life or on a journey of any type in life, they will tell you the same thing. Let go of those expectations. That's not what life is. Life is a journey to be enjoyed. It's not a series of expectations and goals on a checklist. That's not how life works. And I think too many people get caught up in that. And so, yeah, I would highly recommend just letting go. Just letting go and live. Just live in the moment and enjoy. And, I like that whole do something meaningful instead of traditional. I try to do that, not just on holidays, every day in general, but specifically on holidays. Whether that's buying somebody breakfast, giving somebody a cup of coffee, maybe taking somebody grocery shopping, volunteering at a soup kitchen or something. You would be amazed at how happy and fulfilling that will make you feel, and what you do for them, that moment of kindness that you extend to someone else could change their whole life in that moment. Not just the holiday, not just that day, but their whole life. And that's the type of gift we should be given. If you can change somebody's life by just doing something kind for somebody, take that moment instead of saying, "Oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I can't do this, I have to be here, or I have to be there." Just take that moment. Like, what a gift that is for them and for you. And so I love that you brought that up. Do something meaningful and not necessarily traditional. I love that. And the other thing is, if you're Grinch, that's okay. You don't have to like the holidays. You don't. That's the other thing, right? Everybody says, it's Christmas. How can you be unhappy? It's this, it's that. You know what? It has become commercialized. It has become so in your face, stress, pressure cooker kind of stuff that if you are just disconnected and disengaged and turned off from it all and you just want it to be another normal day, that is okay. Don't let anybody tell you that those feelings are invalid or that you shouldn't feel that way or that something's wrong with it. No, no. You don't like Christmas. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to pound down a turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm just going to fix TV dinner and watch some football. That's okay. I think it's so important. We talk. It's literally the name of the podcast, guy. Everything's okay, right? So just know that your feelings are valid no matter what those feelings are. If you're not a festive guy, if you're a Grinch, just don't be Grinchful towards other people that are having fun in the moment. If that's not your gig, fine. But don't displace your lack of desire for the holidays onto somebody that may be happy at the holidays. Just that's the key piece of advice. I'm saying your feelings are valid, but don't express those feelings onto someone else who might not be feeling the same way, because then we're talking about a whole different show. But I think that's important. I wanted to say that because I know there are a lot of people that just treat it as any other day and aren't into it. And I mean, that's fine.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean that's completely fine, especially if you're not religious, especially if you don't have, a family, small kids. Like do what you do,
Yeah. Yeah.
completely fine. That's okay. But yes, we wanted to round out the year, the season with the holiday blues. It's been an amazing year for Everything's Okay. Oh my goodness, we made it past the 50 episodes mark.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We are at episode 59 this week. Wow, I
Yeah.
can't believe it. Like it's amazing to balance all of these different things and continue like spreading love, positivity, and just, having a conversation about mental health because now that the pandemic is inching further and further away, I feel like, mental health is getting cast to the wayside again. Not everybody is talking about it as much. Everybody talks about having crash outs, but crash outs are like either anxiety attacks, big blow ups, things like that. So I think it's important to continue having the conversation about mental health going into 2026. What's crazy is going into 2026 means we're closer to 2030 than we are to 2020 now.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild to even think about.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? Just huge thank you to everybody that listens and shares in this podcast with us, because as it has started to fall, at least publicly fall to the wayside, it does seem like that. You're right. Our numbers would express differently.
Hmm.
We saw 60% growth. We grew more than 60% of any other podcast out there currently. And guys, as you know, there's literally hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of podcasts currently out there. And we grew at a rate 60% faster than all of the other ones out there. That means people are listening. People are paying attention, and they want to know about mental health, and they want to talk about mental health, and make people aware and spread the awareness and get the message out there. And we couldn't be more happy to be just a small part in making that happen. And so thank you guys for that. I mean, like you said, past 50 episodes. This is the third season of it. We're getting ready to go into our fourth season next year. So to see that type of awareness and growth, and the amount of people that have jumped on following and everything, the numbers were stellar. And that's so encouraging. It's so encouraging because mental health and mental health awareness is so important. So to know that it's getting out there, the message is being heard, and that we're making a difference. That's huge. That's a gift right there. You talk about a way to end the year, or end the start the Christmas holiday season with a gift like that. So thank you all for just being a part of our journey, and thank you for helping us with our mental health, because this show does that. This show literally helps my mental health. I know it helps your mental health, and to just be able to come on and talk about things that we're going through, good things, bad things, things we don't know how to feel about. It's such a blessing and such a joy, and yeah, I'm thrilled that we get to do this, and just yeah.
Completely agree. Completely agree. As always, this podcast is for anybody who has ever had an uphill battle with mental health, or if you're currently going through it. Like I said, you're not alone. Feel free to reach out at any point in time. Info@crazyantmedia.com if you want to contact us, or add us on our social media handles, at J Logan Austin or at Crazy Ant CEO. We love having conversations about
Yeah.
anything and everything, honestly. If you want to debate, let's debate. If you want to talk about a movie, let's talk about a movie. If you want to say, hey, I'm feeling down today, have you, seen a positive quote or anything like that? We are here to lend the helping hand in all different aspects of life. So please be sure to reach out if necessary. And as always, you can like and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, watching the video on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good things. And enjoy your holiday season. Enjoy time with your
Yeah.
family. Cuddle up to the fire, under a warm blanket. Watch Home Alone 2, specifically that one. And all the different things, man. It's very important. And it's always important to remember going into 2026 that everything's okay.